African time. Welcome to TV47 Afternoons and News Program. Time to bring you up to speed on what has been taking shape in the world of news. But first, the highlights. Agikuyu Council of Elders in the year are in high spirit over the decision of the High Court of Kiambu approving the use of Moratina liquor. Teachers Service Commission on the spot over its choice to deduct the housing levy from teachers in January, despite the courts stopping the deductions. And a world marathon champion makes a passionate appeal. All right, welcome to the broadcast. My name is Moige William. Let us furnish you with the latest from across all the 47 counties, East Africa and even beyond. This is TV47 News Now, and TV47 News Now starts now. In the first full day of President Abiy Ahmed's state visit in Kenya, President William Ruto received him at State House Nairobi, where they engaged in various matters pertaining relations between the two countries. After a brief luncheon at State House, the two presidents toured and officially opened data annotation solutions provider Sama Kenya EPZ Delivery Center in Nairobi as part of the national government's plan to enhance its investment plans in the information communication and technology, that is ICT sector, further for accelerated national development. All right, we are still prepping that story for you, and in a short while we'll be bringing you the details and more of that particular story. Moving on, the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, that is KUCO, has threatened to organize a mass protest on Monday, the 4th of March 2024, if the Ministry of Health fails to pronounce the fate of 8,500 UHC workers hired during the COVID-19 period. Additionally, the union has decried discrimination in the positions advertised by the Public Service Commission, saying some of the cadres have been left out, especially on the policy-making department at the Ministry of Health.
House of this impunity and discrimination, and that within 7 days, if they are not going to recall, if the Public Service Commission is not going to recall the adverts that has been put out there, we are going to cite them for contempt, because a court of law has already determined that you cannot proceed in such a manner, and with impunity they have gone ahead to advertise ignoring that court order.
Tumeona matangazo yakitolewa ambayo haswa yamekuja kukinzana na court orders zile ambazo zilikuwa zimetolewa kwamba directorate position kuanzia kwa DG katika Ministry of Health should be open for competitive. It should not be designated. Isiweko kwa ajili ya mtu mmoja kwa sababu wote wana qualification na ama wamehitimu.
Recently there was career progression which was carried out in Naivasha, and it was only crafted for just managerial medics at Happy House. Those who have diploma and also high national diploma were left out. We want to know, for the record, whether health sector belongs only to medical doctors. Our fate cannot be decided by only one cadre. They cannot make their cake and eat it. We won't accept.
All right, now from matters health, let us take a look to matters politics, whereby following the decision of Raila Odinga to go for the AU Commission chairperson seat, Kenya Kwanza members of parliament have expressed their excitement because it means Ruto will be re-elected, or rather President William Ruto will be re-elected on a post in the 2027 presidential election. MPs who include Machakos Town Member of Parliament Caleb Mule, Laikipia Woman Representative Jane Gakiri, Manyata Constituency Member of Parliament, that is Mukonji Gitonga, and other political leaders say that this move is part of Ruto's strategy to win over Raila's loyal political turfs to bolster his 2027 re-election changes.
Ni mtu mzuri sana. Amechukua Raila, amemwambia twende huko akuwe wa hii AU. Asante sana president wetu. Vile naona hata 2027 mi naona ataingia bila kupingwa. Kwa sababu sasa Raila akiingia AU, Kalonzo naye apewe hapa East Africa, sasa namna gani? Sasa tutakuwa na upinzani gani?
Huyu mzee Raila Odinga ambaye ni baba yetu ameapply kuwa commissioner huko AU. Atapata nafasi kuwa baba ya Afrika. Wewe ni baba ya Kenya. Waja Raila akuwe baba ya wapi? Mlikubali hata nyinyi?
Mimi naona maneno yake ya 2027 ameimaliza, ameifikisha mwisho. 2027 itakuwa walk through, ataingia rua mpaka ndani. Opposition sasa imekwisha. Raila Odinga amepewa kiti ya AU. Sasa tunasema nyinyi mkae.
All right, let us go back to that particular story that we had promised you earlier on about Abiy Ahmed, that is Ethiopian Prime Minister visit to Kenya, that is a state visit, whereby in his first full day, that is Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's state visit to Kenya, President William Ruto received him at State House Nairobi, where they engaged in various matters pertaining relationships between the two countries. After a brief luncheon at State House, the two head of states toured and officially opened data annotation solutions provider Summer Kenya EPZ Delivery Center in Nairobi as part of the national government's plan to enhance its investment plans in the information, communication and technology sector, further for accelerated national development.
We are destined not only to coexist peacefully as neighbors, but to also thrive vigorously as brothers. That is why we enjoy one of the oldest comprehensive bilateral cooperation frameworks, which has anchored our interactions and underpinned our mutual intention to do more together. Your visit, my brother, Excellency, has reminded us of the deep foundations of the relations between our nations. It has motivated us to reflect on the implications of our shared destiny, encouraged us to do our part to ensure that we find our space.
We're very happy to be here. We're enjoying all the moments since our arrival. Everyone is witnessing the friendship, the brotherly attitude towards Ethiopia from our brotherly country, Kenya, is a demonstration that these two countries doesn't have any baggage to strengthen our relationship, also to go forward in multifaceted and ambitious economic plan that both countries has.
All right, and we are still keeping tabs on that particular story. More details in our subsequent bulletin. Elsewhere, the Alcohol Control Bill that seeks to provide a framework for the control and regulation of alcohol outlets has entered the second reading at the County Assembly of Kirinyaga. Speaking during a prayer service at the County Assembly, Kirinyaga Deputy Speaker Gennaro Njamumo said that the bill, which was proposed, will strengthen measures that will lead to closure of alcohol outlets near schools. Elsewhere, police officers from Embu County have seized more than 1,500 crates of fake alcohol, which was hidden in a milk shop at Tadakoma, or rather Kianjokoma Market. Embu County Commissioner Jack Obora revealed that this particular raid was conducted earlier on.
Tunajua ni mbele yetu tuko na bills kadhaa. Jana tulipitisha bill ya Kamweti na hivi karibuni tunakuja kupitisha hii bill yenye inakabiliana na hii pombe sumu.
As we are coming up with bills, for example, we are having a bill of the alcoholism, and we are praying that God is going to give us wisdom so that we can come up with a bill that is going to be of the benefit of the people of this county assembly.
Tuko hapa Kianjakoma sublocation, Kagari Northwest location, hapa Runyenjes division. Na leo tumepata information kutoka watu, kutoka public, kwamba kwa hii building ambayo imeandikwa Agrovet, kwamba kuna pombe ambayo imefichwa hapa. Na tuko na sub-county security team ambayo wamejumuisha pamoja, Embu East na Embu West, na tumekuja kuhakikisha kwamba hii pombe impound, tutapeleka huko Embu, then kesho tutafanya multi-agency verification.
From that, Omogusi Nairobi County Forum accuses a splinter group of dividing the community. Kisii Senator Richard Oyonka and that is Nairobi Chief Health Officer Geoffrey Musiria were on the spot. The group says it does not recognize Musiria as an Omogusi spokesperson in Nairobi.
We are deeply saddened that for months now, that the unity and agenda of the Omogusi in Nairobi has been hijacked by political brokers, conmen, squanderers who are self-driven and mortgaging the noble agenda that characterizes our community in Nairobi. The political cabal has even purported to create and own the community's spokesperson in Nairobi. As bona fide political leaders in the city, we would like to state the following. The supposed appointment of the current Nairobi City County Chief Officer in charge of health, one Geoffrey Musiria, as the Omogusi spokesperson is laughable and a joke of life.
All right, matters politics there. Now, to Narok County, whereby the commissioner, that is Ruben Lotiatia, has ordered the closure of 23 bars in Kajonga, Enoshian and Tulele trading centers in Narok East Sub-County that were operating without a valid license. Lotiatia reiterated that the impromptu crackdowns will continue in the county to ensure no illicit brew is sold to unsuspecting consumers. The village elders who spoke during the exercise thanked the government for closing the doors of the notorious bars that were famous for dealing with counterfeit drinks. The residents were asked to support the chiefs and the assistant in taming illegal drinking dens by reporting those operating in secret. Further, the county commissioner announced a recovery by a multi-agency team of an AK-47 firearm allegedly abandoned in the crossfire by warring clans along the Nkararoro and Ocean border in Transmara. Also arrested were 3 suspects in a Probox car loaded with 14 arrows, 4 bows and 4 rungu nuts, but its driver managed to escape.
Huko Narok kama watapeana license Kojonga, lazima chief na wazee wa kijiji tujumuishwe. Hakuna makofi. Kama permit na license itapeanwa, na ikiwezekana hata national government ihusishwe, maana hii ni kero sana.
Kila ningewaomba wana Kojonga, ombeni Mungu. Kama wewe unauza hiyo pombe na imekuwa ni mbaya, omba Mungu akubadilishie hiyo kazi, akupea kazi nyingine. Mimi ni mmoja wa mama, na Mungu kila umemuomba anabadilishanga mtu. Muombe hata kama atakubariki na supermarket, utaendelea na utatafutia watoto wako.
Tumekuwa na mikutano karibu 3 leo. Barasa moja ilianzia kule mahali pa naitwa Kojanga katika sub-county ya Narok East, soko ya Kajanga. Kwa tumeweza kule kuwa na mikutano na wenyeji na wakazi wa kule wameunga kabisa mkono serikali vita dhidi ya pombe haramu na pombe ambayo inawekwa machupa inaitwa second generation alcohol.
And the new Partnership for Africa's Development, responsible for monitoring the construction of the Lamu, South Sudan and Ethiopia transport project, say that the project has passed the development stages of construction and operation. Expressing his satisfaction when he visited the port of Lamu, NEPAD Organization Director Samori Okuya stated that the ongoing businesses in Lamu Port and the construction of the Lamu-Garissa Road that is to be completed in 1 year are essential to the finishing of the transport project. Samori also called all investors to come forward and invest in the port as the security situation in the northern part of the country is under control.
From the conversation and the engagements that we've had with all these 3 agencies and stakeholders, it is we are at a place whereby we can be very proud that we are making progress. We have the security apparatus in place. This corridor is no longer going to have issues around security, and I want to also I want to impress upon the business fraternity, the investors, the private sectors, to start considering, investing and doing business on the corridor, because the issue of security has now been taken care of. With regards to the infrastructure, we have had very good engagement with representatives from Kenya, and they have assured us the quality of the infrastructure, specifically the highway, is going to be a highway of very high standard that can be able to handle whatever axles that are going to be on that route, carrying cargo from the Lamu of Poti to the various destinations, including South Sudan and Ethiopia.
Kutoka Lamu mpaka Garissa tuko na kilomita 257 ambayo contractor alianza kufanya, na tunaanza kurudia kwa sababu kidogo ilipatikana na itilafu kidogo, lakini contractor amekubali kuanza na ameanza, na tunatarajia itakwisha baada mwaka mmoja hivi. Halmashauri ya bandari imejitayarisha kabambe kwa kuwa katika lengo letu kubwa ni kwa kupata biashara na nchi jirani kama Ethiopia na Southern Sudan. Hivi sasa timu yetu ilikuwa Ethiopia, na tumehakikishia kwamba katika hizi miezi zijayo kuna mbolea itashukishwa katika bandari ya Lamu.
From that, two members of parliament, Nyeri Senator Wahome Wamatinga and Madera Member of Parliament Eric Wamombi, are on the spot after an alcoholic manufacturer, Patiala Distillers, threatened to sue the two legislators for malicious damage of property. The company, through its lawyer Dunstan Omari, says the two legislators led their constituents to storm Madera DCC office, where they destroyed alcohol worth 6 million shillings in the name of fighting illicit brew in the Mount Kenya region. The company has defended its products, saying they are fit for human consumption, having met Kenya Revenue Authority and Kenya Bureau of Standards tests.
We shall be suing for defamation the two legislatures who have claimed and injured the brands of our clients. We shall go for defamation in a manner that they will not be able to defend themselves. Fourth, we recorded a complaint at the police with the OB for malicious damage to property. We are putting the Inspector General of Police to notice. We are also putting the Director of Public Prosecution under Article 157 to direct the police, the Inspector General of Police, under Article 244 and 245 to take immediate action to get the two members of Parliament to be arrested and be arraigned in court. This is at the
Marsabit County on 1st of March this year, 2024, where 6 Paralympians have been flagged off to race from Kiambu County to Marsabit County. The 600-kilometer race is set to raise awareness on guaranteeing wheelchair users the right equipment for their level of impairment. The organizers are urging the government to reduce taxes on assistive technology.
Kuna the Great Wheel, tunaelekea kutoka Kijabe Hospital mpaka Marsabit kwa lengo moja la kufanya kuweza create awareness ya watu ambao wanapeana wheelchair hapo nje waweze kupeana wheelchair ambayo ni appropriate ama ni inayofaa mtu ambaye ana ulemavu.
Need 100 organizations doing the same kind of work, or we need the capacity to bring in more wheelchairs or purchase more wheelchairs within the country. Our appeal to the government is please help us in reducing the amounts of tax that we pay on containers that come to bring these wheelchairs for the kids, and please continue supporting the waiver of such products and their parts in this country, so that we have more to give to the people of this country.
And Mama Lucy Hospital has put up strategies in readiness for any other disaster. This is after the Embakasi fire incident, where people of Mradi areas had severe burns exposed gaps in the response chain. the hospital had to amalgamate resources for other sources in order to deal with the situation. CEO of Mama Lucy Hospital, that is Dr. Martin Ofula, said that the hospital is now expanding and upgrading the emergency unit as well as constructing a new burns unit. The county government was also urged to educate the residents on how they can deal with the disaster management.
We are heartfelt condolences for the families that lost their relatives and friends in the tragedy, and we wish those who are recuperating in the hospitals quick recovery as the doctors work on them. I want to report to Kenyans that we received 75% of the victims of fire, and we managed them effectively, and we lost none of them in that day. We saw 220 victims of fire as from midnight, and we managed to treat all of them. We discharged 196, we referred 24, 7 to KNH and 17 to Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital. Because in